Hello and welcome everybody, I'm one proud Bavarian and we are back in Every Man a King. Currently we're still this old dude. Curtis, get out of here. Give the real man the job, okay? But it's still, I think, a month about until Huey Long will hopefully win this election. And we're also losing our horses. Let's just pull back, shall we? And if we get lucky, we might be able to actually... Ah, they're pulling in. No, you don't understand. Go by the sea, okay? Take this. I can't do it. There you go. We've done it. We've escaped with at least one unit of forces. And I can't assign them anymore. Come on. Get over there. There you go. You've done it. And now with that done, there's a civil war in Brazil. That is quite interesting. I haven't actually taken a look at that. So we have the Union of Brazil, which are collectivists. Blah. The market liberals, they don't have their own focus. Neither do they. None of them actually have their own focus. That's unfortunate. These are the paternal autocrats, the communists, and of course the market liberals. Also, let's turn up the sound a little bit because this seems a bit too quiet. Right, so this playthrough, and I hope in this episode we can change some things up already, because this is going to be a bit different from everything that I've done before. In an event that shocked absolutely no one, chaos and strife surges once again in South America. This time it is the South American giant, Brazil, the one that is split apart by internal issue. As a collectivist revolt has risen against the so-called corrupt Brazilian Republic in the west side of the country, and the south, traditionalist and nationalist groups that have no loyalty for either the Republic or the socialist insurgency have taken the matter into their own hands and risen as well. One thing is for certain, this is the largest civil war the continent has seen in a long time, and its effects will be great. No stability will be found down there, and we haven't even started meddling in South American affairs. This is just unfair. So let's take a look. Here's the election, the result of the 1936 elections. Huey Long, Democrats, won the election. Let's see, Texas was lost. So we won New York, Illinois, Ohio, California. Show me if we won. If we didn't win Louisiana, I don't. Oh no, Louisiana. Why? You voted against Long? How could he do this? Alright, we did win. And this is why I said earlier that I was kind of sad about this mechanism. Because it appears to be like really in depth and then it's over after 5 seconds. So there you go, we are now Huey Long leading the United States of America, looking into our up and coming reforms. For the moment, let's just read this. Huey Pierce Long, the governor of Louisiana and populist thorn in the side of American politics, has officially been declared the inaugural president of the United States of America. The first Democratic president in more than 3 decades, he comes into office promising wealth, inheritance, and economic reforms, long sought into the White House, on the heels of one of the most tense campaigns in American history. Speaking on tension between Mexico and the United States, Long declared that he was up to the task, not a man who strikes first. Though many political commentators have expressed their disbelief in such a statement, regardless of the opinion of some, Long's policies clearly resonate with the many. And it's hard to say exactly where the United States will go from here. Let's see how dictatorial he actually is. And that is one of those things. That's actually a good, an interesting thing to say, at least. Huey Long was a dictator. You know, if you follow definitions, he wasn't a dictator in a democratic sense because he was elected and then, you know, did his thing, never breached the constitution or anything similar. So let's not lie here about history. But he did, you know, act rather dictatorial when it comes to how he treated his political enemies and how he treated... Oh, you've already done that, huh? Why don't we just keep grinding here? How he treated, you know, his political enemies and how he treated his friends as well. It is quite comparable to... what do you call it? It's Vetternwirtschaft in German. Let me just see that. The opposite of a meritocracy. It's not aristocracy. Don't even try. Okay, nepotism, right? It's a bit of nepotism, I think. Huey Long has won the presidency of the United States. Oh, yeah, okay. Alright, let's do that focus while we grind our general over here. He's not really gaining that much now, is he? We will do some Huey Long reforms, and one of them will be implemented as soon as the Spanish Civil War is over. But let me keep pushing here so that I may... Why do you keep getting encircled, Spain? How do you even do it? Man, what a genius. It's almost like I play this monarchist... No, actually the Republic of Spain, because they're just as bad. I lost one horse. I can't believe it. I lost one horse division. Now, I was able to save the other one, but still. That is underwhelming, isn't it? Right. Once this is done, we will do a little bit of restructuring in the army, I believe. But first of all, of course, let's start the landing craft now that there's no time penalty attached to it anymore. Let's also get some tactical bombers going, and let's take a look at our industrial tree. We are in December, so we may as well go ahead with dispersed industry too.
Please clap.
So far so good. Huey Long has been done. Bridge the class gap is next. Long has attempted to commit the current political chaos, I assume, to solving the looming monopolism in the United States. Now, you know, you may think one way or another about Huey Long, but man, wouldn't it be good if the United States weren't corporate hellscape? I'm so sorry. So many people from the US are watching this in comparison to other nationalities. Oh man, you know, I gotta... You can't not say it. Alright, where's the... I can't see the foreign policy tree of Mexico. Temprana San Diego incident. So they can start at Colombia. Ah, I see. Right, so they could attack us over here once they're down there. And they only need La Gran Revancha, which I assume means the Grand Revenge. Would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it? But now that we have done this, we're going to take a look at what needs to be changed in our army. And I can tell you what it is. A commenter mentioned something to me earlier. And I had planned this before I started the series. And even still, when he mentioned it, I was like, you know what? This just confirms what I want to do. I bet at this point you've already noticed. It's not just every man a king. But no one wears a crown. It is also every man a horse and a rifle. But no one wears... No one has to walk. That's our slogan. But no one has to walk. We're gonna have 90% horses in our army. I think I'm gonna do some tanks just to push through. And I'm gonna restructure these horse divisions later on. But for the moment, I think it's fine if we just leave them the way they are. I haven't even seen the template, I'll be honest with you. The template, of course, will decide what we do with it exactly. I think we're going to do it with, 40 with horse divisions. Alright, let's take a look at the template here. We're missing out on a lot of equipment, obviously. Cavalry division, right, yeah, we definitely need more horses here. How could you not have more horses, right? Give me cavalry, thank you. That's what I'm looking for. Give me 20 width for the moment. Engineer and Recon Company is good. Artillery doesn't really do much for me in terms of winning me a war, I would argue. Because that's going to be one of the other things. So what I'm going to focus on is horses. All around. Just horses. The most important task for any American is to get more horses in this world. Alright, the template change obviously made this horse a teeny tiny bit empty. And now the Republic of Hungary has declared war on the Kingdom of Romania. Let's take a look here. Power projection. You have 19 to 26, 17 to 29. This could be quite a stalemate, actually. Usually, last time... I say usually, but it's just last time I played. Last time I played, Hungary got decimated. Oof, Hungary got completely destroyed. And the Union of Brazil is... establishing dominance down here. Show me the troop counts. I think they're going to win the civil war. And that is quite threatening to us. Because that means one more collectivist state down here. And they've found allies, huh? Now that's something I don't like. They're bending up against us. Only we're allowed to, unite against other people. Time to bridge the class gap. Is there anything for this? No. Oh, Long is attempted to commit the... Oh, no, I have read this out and I've noticed the spelling error, which I will now not mention ever again. Because I don't want to do the developers of this mod dirty. People misspell sometimes. That's just the way it is. Could I send some stuff to you, is the question. 2 divisions. You know what? You get 2 horses. I will try to stop the wave of syndicalism in this world. I haven't even seen this flag, man. That's one ugly flag, frankly. Don't mean any insults here, but man, I've seen better flags, I can tell you that much.
Please clap.
Communist victory. Blech. Communists. I am for the poor man. Let's share our wealth. Why is this game so quiet? I have a feeling that it's like much more quiet than it was before, and our units have arrived. Right, so now it's the Brazilian's People's State against the Union of Brazil. This is going to be a tough cookie. What could we do here? Industrial renovation? I don't think we want to do that. Now, you know, we are not communists, and a good American cannot be a communist, but I do kind of like this song. Good song. Right, where's my horse commander? Hey, horsey. Lucian Truscott. What is this? Everything's empty. Alright, let's see what we can do. I would like to encircle some people, but at the same time, I don't like this at all. This emptiness over here. That could be an easy encirclement for them, so maybe I should actually have my troops come over there. They are retreating, okay. Fair enough. Could you stop that? Could you... Alright, you know what? Why don't you just go over here, kick this ass? What is up with you? Oh, you've been newly reformed. Oh no. Let me give you... Shit, isn't there... I thought there was like... Can I give an individual unit... I'm misinformed. Can I give an individual unit privileges in terms of reinforcement? It appears not. Well, that is painful. Okay, this is fine. We will move in here. You can keep him busy, and then I will encircle this unit. That's how this goes, right? Oh no. Okay, he's just waiting. That's alright. He's just waiting. And get encircled, son. Boom. Got him. Now we can stop this. And you're gonna advance over there. That's fine, because we did just encircle one of your units. Dee-la-la-la. I never understood this, by the way. This is a song in German. But it's very clearly not sang by German speakers, because it just, I can't understand a word, alright? It's painful. Foreign policy or treading water. Let me see here. I think treading water. Where are the Mexicans in terms of their tree? Right, they're not continuing down yet, so let's just do the treading water for the moment, because that gets rid of the National Recovery Act and can have us... Wait, wasn't there... Oh, finally, this is recovering from the Great Depression, which we desperately needs. So much talk in Washington, so little action. With a new president, perhaps this disaster can be turned around. I wish, I have to admit, I wish Long had his own not foreign policy, economic policy in this mod. He has his few foci, like all presidents do, but then that's that. And I think that's kind of underwhelming. Give him a true social democratic, but a bit more than that kind of policy. You know, he's no Bernie. Bernie's not interested. You know, I'm not an American, so your terms of socialism and social democracy mean nothing to me. They have no power here. But the main thing that concerns me is, man, let me just actually limit. You know, I don't know if you ever looked into the Share Our Wealth program and its manifesto. It's actually, holy moly, he had some plans. All right, that's all I can say about that. No person should be allowed to accumulate a personal net worth of more than 300 times the average family fortune, which would limit personal assets to between 5 million and 8 million. So I think the maximum at the time was supposed to be 8.1 million. A graduated capital levy tax would be assessed on all persons with a net worth exceeding 1 million. Oh boy, he had some plans, alright? Right, let's get rid of this unit, and then I shall continue to encircle this unit over there. Are they faring? They're faring well. I think we may be able to push through against the collectivists here. But this was only one of the goals, okay? There are many more. Annual incomes would be limited to $1 million and inheritance would be capped at 5.1 million.
Please clap.
Please clap. There you go. So, we can review the union, make all of these into cores, and gain an annex war goal against the Philippines at the very bottom. Division speed, that would be base, wouldn't it, for our horses? The stability would also be nice, but then again, I mean, The more important question right now is, do we go for the public service or do we go for the private sector? Now, Huey Long wouldn't be opposed to the private sector, alright? Absolutely not. This gives us power gain and research time, power gain and production efficiency cap. Man, that's quite significant, you know that? But I think the research time overall may give me some more benefits. So let's go with the public sector in this. Veterans would be paid what they were owed, a pension and healthcare benefits. An old age pension would be made available for all persons over 60. That's tough to me, man. I think at least that I know that there are benefits for pensioners in the United States of America, but they're all running on what I can only call a non-centralized fund. Oh, what is this? King Edward VIII ends constitutionalism, British Empire. Oh no. So he will go down with God Save the King, Rise of the Aristocracy, and then Our Path of Destiny. God Save the King, I suppose. You know what the issue is, though, from a Huey Long perspective? He wears a crown. And every man shall be a king, but no one shall wear a crown. So what went wrong there? Find out in the next episode. No, of course not. What I'm saying is England will probably be one of our enemies. So yeah, all I wanted to show though when it comes to Huey Long is, man, his program was incredibly ambitious. I think it's easy to underestimate just how ambitious it was. And apparently the Kazakh SSR is now with the Trans-Caspian government that is led by this old chap, Oris Serdana. He looks trustworthy. If somebody told me, hey, Oris told me to start a war with the USSR, I would say, alrighty. How's your training going? Well, oh, it's so slow. Good lord. I mean, he only has 2 units under his control, I suppose. He only has 9 to 12 units left. Honestly, I think we're gonna easily succeed in this. Let's have you attack over there, and in the meantime, you will go around and try, at least try, okay? To encircle that unit. Will take you some time. Please clap. Don't you worry. The public sector. Right, re-equipping our men. Ooh. Oh boy. Man, that's crazy. That's actually crazy, re-equipping our men. Except, we also need horses, but I guess those come for free. Oh man, now I don't know what to do anymore, because we do have a huge deficit here. Honestly, let's just do that. Let's just re-equip our men. A major issue we will face if we attempt a mobilization on the scale MacArthur plans, we'll be equipping our men. We barely have the arms for our current military, let alone a large one. Perhaps we could convince some generous benefactors to supply us? Maybe. Maybe not. How are you doing in the meantime? Not progressing. That's good. I welcome that, because it means that I don't need an army yet. Oh, look at them. They also did their own little encirclement. That isn't an encirclement any longer. Well, can't have everything in life. I will bind you in this province, even if it means attacking over a river. Okay, they have abandoned that province. Oh, perfect. Perfect movement there, my friends. Let's get rid of another militia unit. Honestly, I think we're doing quite well when it comes to... Oh, okay. When it comes to our assistance here. Even though I'm still of the opinion that we may have to take out the Brazilians later on. Simply because, you know, every man king. We have to go full power or go home. That's just one of those simple truths of life. It's what I always say, hey. You either do what he's saying or you don't say anything at all. And every man a king as it is right now only applies to Americans, of course, but in the future, in the distant future, it may no longer have to apply to only Americans. And that is what we fight for, isn't it? Right, this is going quite well, I would argue. Re-equipping our men. Quick, nice focus. Guns over butter. Desecrated military, of course, very good focus. Even in Louis, in Mr. Longdong's kind of spirit, but at the same time, I want to do some other stuff first. I think. Why don't we do a quick old education reform there? Right, we are encircling these, which is nice. After that, I think it will clean up the coast. Kazakh SSR obviously won. I mean, how could they even lose that? Let's be real. There's some wars in this game that, you know, AI or not AI, you can't lose them. And this is one of them. Okay, let's just do it like this. German occupation of Austria, oh no. In recent weeks, a string of poor decisions from Austria's newly elected government led to an outburst of chaos within the nation. It seems that the German Führer, Adam Dressler, was keen on taking advantage of the situation. Without any formal warning, German troops advanced into Austria, occupying several key locations with the alleged goal of maintaining order within the region. Austria was soon under the complete mercy of Germany, who unsurprisingly insisted that the Austrian Nationalrat held a vote concerning the unification of the two nations for the sake of mutual security. The results were decisively pro-Union, with 106 out of the 165 members of the Nationalrat ruling in favor of Union. However, the honesty of this vote is dubious, as the ruthless German Thule Schutztruppe... Oh god, this name, just don't even... Thule Schutztruppe was heavily present in the Nationalrat during the vote. It seems Austria has finally faded into the depths of the history book. You see, the thing is, Adolf Hitler may have been a ruthless, murderous dictator that shall never be forgiven for his crimes, but at the same time, he at least let the Austrians vote, am I right? Okay, I have to stop saying strange memes just for the hell of it. Don't quote me on this, alright? Dispersed Industry 2 has been researched, as has the bomber and the landing craft. Let's go! Ah, time to build so many horses, you won't believe it, man. We will be horse paradise. Isn't that what they call the US? Horse paradise. Let's go with a destroyer. I think that's kind of good. Shouldn't actually have done that focus yet, if that is what it gives me. Like, just, I should have used it on later infantry equipment, is what I'm saying. But it didn't. So here we are. Okay, we've encircled more people, it appears. We've also... wasn't this the capital, Fortaleza? Or was it Belém all this time? I mean, one way or another, we're gonna go for Belém. Belém? Marino. Right, horses, keep advancing. I believe in you. Take Belém and I've seen this. This is an accent aigu. I had French in high school. It's been a few years since then. God, it's been a number of years. Holy moly. Time passes when you're having fun. The American Phoenix, one America, one tradition. Rise again to claim the mantle of democracy even in the face of insurmountable odds. Now let's take a look here. You're not advancing on that war path of yours, so I may as well get us out of this damned Great Recession. At least that's what I'm hoping to do here. You're going south, huh? You just... Why is this capital so undefended, I have to wonder. Also, is this war going to be over soon? Nope, this didn't do it. Probably wasn't even close to it, to be fair. Okay. You're just walking around now. Don't know how to feel about marching in there. Let's just take this instead. British Imperial Conference of 1937. As the 14th Imperial Conference concludes, news regarding the internal discussions within the British Empire have begun to steadily trickle out to the press in the United Kingdom. Since the end of the Great War, the British Empire retreated into splendid isolation, a policy previously pursued in the 19th century. Was this really necessary to shorten this? Due to the heightened global tensions, an entire day of the conference was dedicated to resolving the issues of the British Empire's place in the world. I've decided the Empire's day of isolation are over. Ooh. Man, they're gonna go wild. I think they reconnected this too late. And I think we got the upper hand as well. I mean, we definitely have the upper hand. Let's just keep him busy right here. Honestly, I just want to grind some XP. I think this is the right way to do it. Good thing that that civil war is still going, honestly. I shouldn't have encircled so many people. Should have just attacked straight into them to get the XP. That's how you grind, you know? If you ever play multiplayer, that's how you do it. Don't overdo it though, or your fellow players will hate you. So we can do some stuff now. The party actions allow us for expansive wealth for distribution or nationalize key industries, but it's only... Oh, this one isn't limited. I can get more popularity, absolutely. Wait, would I want... Ooh, actually. Ooh, ha, ooh, ah. Let's do it. Let's go to early mobilization, build some more things. Maybe I should actually... Somebody mentioned that maybe I should actually switch to industrial production. I just haven't done it because I wanted some military factories in order to get my horses up and running. But let's go on with these foci. I want to get done with the Great Depression here. We don't even need the Great... Oh, stability plus 20%, man. So we could look outwards. Every country gains plus 20 or construction speed plus 5%. Ooh. By looking at our own selves and encouraging lively debate on what it means to be an American, now and in the future, the vision of America will be perfected. America don't need no stinking advice from foreigners. We merely need ourselves. Let's maybe do some civil industry, sure. And also let's keep attacking these so that we may gain some experience. Tell me about it, buddy. Oh yeah, honestly, that's pretty good. Could be worse, could be better. But it all... Oh, they... Well... Fuck. That wasn't what I had in mind. That was a bit too quick. At least Brazil isn't frickin' communist. Right, so let's take a look here. Our ideology has grown? Absolutely. Give me more... Give me more of that good stuff, alright? Don't need synthetic oil, but we do need some doctrine stuff here. It's just, man, it's so terrible. I get a bonus for it, and I get why, but man, we're horses, alright? At the end of the day, the mobile warfare doctrine should... I mean, I want to tank... Honestly, let's just... Mass assault doctrine is terrible if you're not in constant defensive positions, but, you know, here goes nothing. Ah, God. Maybe I made the wrong choice there. Good thing that our construction is actually being boosted, however. The perfect American, and now let's get rid of that depression. My dream is of a place and a time where America will once again be seen as the last best hope of Earth. That's America, alright? Yippee-yay, Schweinebacke. I think that's what they say in Die Hard. In the German dub. I'm not actually sure. I don't think I ever watched it. I did watch it, but there are movies that you just don't watch with a lot of attention. You just kind of tune in. You know what I've recently watched, and I made my my wife watch it as well. That was a mistake because I didn't even finish it. She legitimately watched it, but I didn't know. Like I had enough of this. It was a movie that goes by the name. Shit, it's like one of those. Oh, what do you call it? One of those, pardon me, one of those, it's on Netflix, let me see. Is it Shanghai Kung Fu or something? It's, yeah, I don't know, you know, if you're American, you will have heard Kung Fu Hustle, that's what it's called. You will have heard of Bud Spencer, right? Those were the movies made in like the 60s or something, no, actually like 70s, 80s. And they are so well known in all of Europe, everybody loves them. Especially if you are German, you will have grown up on those movies. I have, and I know it was great. God, I thank God every day for having me grow up with those movies. And we're going to build more horses, obviously. No surprise to anybody, I think. And I watched Kung Fu Hustle. It's just... that movie is just like that. And honestly, now that I've come to this point, I forgot what I even talked about movies like that. Right, I watched... Die Hard, never really watched it, but Yippee-yay, Schweinebacke, I think that is what he says before, like, blowing up somebody. Ah, they're Valkism, huh? So we have, what will they do? What is their external... Do they not have a foreign policies tree? Road to conflict. No, that's not... That's not foreign policy. What is this? Nice foreign policy tree, you idiot. Announced socialism. One of the following must be true. So none of these. He can't actually do these. He can do the error. Oh, that's pretty good. That is pretty good.
Please clap.
Man, Chile. Renewed. There you go. We've done it. Does that... What does that change? Oh, look at... Oh, look at that stuff. That's some good civilian production capabilities. And I think... Now we could do this. And honestly, let's do it. But then we will absolutely go with a foreign policy. You gotta do it at some point, right? And once we get our horses ready, what we will be able to do is stage 1 million naval invasions with horses. We are the Mongolians of the sea. Alright? That's what they say, and that's what is gonna happen here. In the meantime, the Second Spanish Republic has been declared. They don't have a focus tree, but we're gonna mess with them. I can tell you. What is this? I can tell you that much. In London today, a conference was called between the United Kingdom, United States, France, Japan, and Italy. This conference was called to ensure economic clarity and form an agreement between these great powers in how to best deal with the international recovery from the London stock market. We didn't even experience collapse. Whether this conference will succeed is yet to be known, though its effects are sure to be on a truly global scale. So that's extremely huge. What the fuck? That's such a huge bonus. Also, let's take a look here. We still have this failure, which is division attack down. That's quite threatening. We have to do that. And the sick man of the Americas. How do you get rid of that? I have to wonder. This one? No. Actually, we could get to this like fairly quickly. How do you get rid of the sick man of the Americas? Is it here? Annex war goal, right? Will never happen here, and then you have these. Nah, those don't do it. None of these do it either. Did I miss it? Wait, what? How do I make that go away? Also, I like this song. That is Hearts of Iron 3. Very clearly. I'm not sure that I can actually get rid of it. How do you get rid of this? America has become a bloated bureaucratic juggernaut, seemingly slow to act or maneuver politically. Many citizens muse the government itself may be a greater threat to the country than any foreign threat. Alright, let's have our ideology grow so that eventually we may become of high popularity. Well, that would be nice. I can't even remember what high popularity, like how much we have to get. The Second Leticia War. Peru declared war on Colombia. History repeats as the Peruvian and Colombian nations mobilize their forces and clash in combat. It was only a few years ago that a simple border conflict in the Leticia region escalated into an expansive war that shocked both countries forever. Now, with the rise of a radical revanchist government in Colombia, ooh, look at you, Greater Colombia, and an aggressive foreign policy by Peru, they both have equal troops, so who knows? I don't want to support any of them. And an aggressive foreign policy by Peru, zealous to maintain its hegemony, conflict was inevitable, and everything that happened comes back to haunt the region. War is a disease. But man, if I'm not looking forward to war with Mexico, I don't know what to tell you. You know, call me Trump. I'm so sorry. Alright, anyways, what is more important is this episode is over. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And, ooh. Oh. Let's see. I will see you in the next episode. Every man a king, nobody wears a crown, and everybody gets a horse. See you in the future, tomorrow. Same time, same place, same channel. Bye.